Okay, before anything else, if you're adjusting colors, you need to understand what are the primary color and the secondary colors, right? Um, like on CMYK, our primary colors are CMYK. You can Google that. There's a tons of information about CMYK, right? This one, I found this online. So you can see, right? Red is what? Red, it's a mix of 100% magenta and 100% yellow. And then the orange is 50% magenta, 100% yellow. Yellow, it's 100% yellow. Green, it's a cyan and yellow. Blue, cyan and magenta 50%. Pink, it's a magenta 100%, but also it also depends. Sometimes you put a little bit cyan or yellow, right? So okay, purple, it's 100% magenta and 50% cyan. This is not 100% accurate, but it's at least it will give you idea what are the mixing, what colors are mixing to generate a secondary color or whatever color is that, right? Because if you don't know the basic, you're gonna get lost. So this adjusting color is not a one-time learning. You need to learn every day. Every day you need to do it. Practice, 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 and practice. Me, it took me 3 years. Yeah, and I didn't stop learning. Every day I learn from my job. I love my job being color technician, right? Yeah, so non-stop learning on colors. So and then you can go on Flexi. So using adjusting colors on Flexi, it's if it's a picture. So if you have experience, you can adjust the color too if you're printing a graphics, right? But for beginners, you can adjust the color of the graphics. If you only have 10, 15 colors, that's easy, or 2 colors, 3 colors, right? Because there's no printer on this planet that it can print all the colors. Nothing, right? There's always limitation on colors because it's a CMYK. CMYK, it can generate, I think, 16,000 colors. Correct me if I'm wrong. RGB 16 million, I think, right? So RGB is a light, like this screen. What we see now, it's composed by RGB light. I'll show you the difference of RGB and CMYK. Let's Google that. RGB versus CMYK. Let's go to images. Here. Right? So RGB, if you combine all of them, you can generate white. But on printer, we cannot generate white, right? If you combine cyan, yellow, and magenta, you can generate a light shade of black. On printing, it's like a dark gray, right? On printing, we do have black. So if you want to learn about when the black starts, that's a different lesson, but I normally don't teach that, right? So yeah, so you need to learn the basic. You need to learn the fundamental, how the color works. That's very important, because if you don't know where to start, there's no finish, right? You can't do anything if you don't know how to start, where to start. So number one, learn the basic, learn fundamentals before you do color adjustment, before you do making ICC profile, right? X-Rite company, they offer in-class training for like few days. You can, if you want to learn about ICC, how to create ICC profile, or there's tons of videos on YouTube that you can learn how to create an ICC profile. Okay, I'll open Flexi now. I'll show you how it works. Normally this preview is not the actual printout. So I'm gonna use this image as an example. Let's say I'm using this preset and I don't want to mess with this preset. So what I'm gonna do, I will make a new one, save us, click OK, and then name it. Let's say I will save it on based on the customer's file. Let's say customers order or order number. Let's say 1 2 3 4, and then now you have a new preset, right? So now you can start fuck around with this one. If it's all, you're adjusting CMYK. See that? Right? If you want to reset, okay, let me reset all, but don't do reset all. So let's say this is the preview of your artwork. Once it converted to CMYK, this is the RGB and this is the CMYK, right? But the preview again is not 100%, it's not realistic. Always base your color adjustment on your print output. So there's two, you see here, input and output. So input, but this side is a little bit different. So let's say on input 100%, and then it will print 100%. If you want to lower it, if the input is 100 and you're telling the software to print 73, whatever you want to do, right? Okay, let's say this is the image. When it converts to CMYK, that's what happened. It looks a little bit dark. What are you gonna do? If it's so, okay, most people, they think if it's dark it's a color problem. No, you can adjust contrast, you can adjust brightness, you can adjust saturation. Okay, if you want to do that, there's an option here, contrast. I'm gonna adjust contrast down. See what happens, right? It's getting a little bit dark, or right? So that's how the contrast works. So let's say, okay, I adjust that. I'm gonna adjust the brightness because this looks like, let's say it's dark but the color are good. I click OK. See that? Right now we're gonna check the preview. It's a little bit too yellowish and too bright, I think. So go back to advanced, lower brightness. This you need to do a lot of practice, right? And let's say it's too much yellow. I'm gonna lower the yellow a little bit. See what happened? See that? I'm adjusting yellow, right? Always start on 50%. for a beginner, always start on 50%. I'm adjusting yellow. Let's say I'm gonna lower yellow a little bit, go to magenta. That's it. And if I want a higher cyan, I can do that too. Make it more blue, right? This is basic. If you want a master color adjustment, that's fine, but it's not an overnight thing. It will take months, it will take years. That's it. And then print it and check. Let's say, yeah, if you know the primary color and secondary, you're gonna know which one is missing, or which one is too much, or which one is less. Let's say you're printing red, and the red looks orange, like this one, right? Like this shade. Let's say the red is, the color looks like orange. So why is that? You're printing too much yellow, right? Lower the yellow. Doing this only on picture, but on graphics you can also do this if you have a good practice or you have good skills. You can do this on every images, graphics, pictures, same. But for beginner, you can use Photoshop. I'm gonna use this as an example, right? So let's say you need to download a chart like this one. You can go on Google, type Pantone chart. Sorry, I'm just holding. I'm doing one hand now, so that's why it's a little bit shaky. So Pantone chart, most print shop they use Pantone chart. So let's say this one, or simple as this, right? Go on the website and download it. So this, oh no, it's not an image. Okay, let's say we download that and we open it on Photoshop. You need to print this. Put a spot channel, spot color, and then print it. Okay, and then let's say your printer, it's printing, let's say this original image is red and it's printing orange, right? So choose from this chart which color you want to pick. Okay, how to do that? Use magic wand. Magic wand. Let's say we want to change the color of this red. Choose that red and then go to edit and then fill, and then choose color, right? Color, click OK, and then let's say you want this color, the 1797. Choose that and then click OK, OK again. Done. See that? It changed, right? It's very simple. Because on DTF printing we cannot print 100% of the color because it's a conversion of RGB to CMYK. There's always difference. It's gonna be maybe I can say 95%, yes. But always there's a limitation on printing. There's no printer that they can print all the color, like 16 million RGB, no way. There's no way.